Luther Burden III is one of the best wide receivers in the 2025 NFL draft class, and I'm here to show you why. Welcome back to the All Pro Football Data Show. My name is Jim Cobern. As you've seen from the title, we're going to be talking about Luther Burden III. If you're new to the channel and new to the stuff that I do, you can go to the description to learn more about everything, and also consider becoming a Patreon subscriber at patreon.com/jcoburn to get more exclusive information about the stats and data that I do. So, first off, let's get to his offensive receiving and touchdown market share. So, this data takes into account over thousands and thousands of wide receivers since the 1969 NFL draft class. So, based on this data, Luther Burden III's total offensive market share was in the 90 percentile area. His receiving market share was 88 percentile, and his touchdown market share was 71 percentile. When you look at the all-pro averages, he doesn't hit every single one of those averages. In particular, his touchdown market share is about 9 points away from that area, but he is pretty close when you look at the all-pro averages. And then when you look at the Pro Bowl averages, he does hit a little bit closer. He hits at least two of the main averages there in terms of total offensive market share and receiving market share. And then the starter averages, he also has it in the bag there as well. Touchdown market share is a little bit less than the starter, all-pro, and Pro Bowl averages, but his solid foundational stuff here when it comes to his data there. Lots of great things there in terms of that. When you get to the next part of his evaluation, which deals with his touchdown percentage and yards per reception, this is the one major weakness that Luther Burden III has, which will show up in his advanced data. But taking a look here, 39 percentile in terms of touchdown percentage, which is below average, and yards per reception is only 57 percentile. Looking at all pro averages, Pro Bowl averages, and starter averages, he's nowhere near those averages. Is this a death sentence? No. The thresholds for touchdown percentage and yards per reception, he is above those for the most part compared to Pro Bowl and starter players. But it is something where it's a little low. There is some question marks in his data. Moving on to his age and competition analytics, Luther Burden III has a very good age score of 95 percentile, which means he's 95% better than every single wide receiver from the 1969 NFL draft class. When you look at his MSA rating, the market share score plus strength of schedule, strength of team, and age score of a prospect, that area he's 97 percentile, and then his pass score is 90 percentile. Biggest reason why his pass score is less is due to the inefficiencies with his yards per reception and TD percentage. This is a general snapshot to kind of give you some reassurance, because out of every number and data point I'm going to be talking about today, these are the biggest drivers for projection, is the MSA rating and the pass score and the age data. Regardless of what else gets talked about on this channel or this video in particular, great numbers for him based on that area right there. Moving on to his first down, second down, and third down data. This is kind of a concern. When you take a look at his first down data, he was 43rd percentile in terms of TD percentage, 6th percentile in terms of first down percentage, 15-plus yard catches percentage was 42 percentile, and then 25-plus yard catch percentage was 57 percentile on first downs. His overall cumulative grade on first down was 41 percentile. He was below average on first down situations in terms of getting first downs and everything else you can imagine. Now, when you get to second down, this is probably his weakest down and distance, and I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if it's the offensive usage or what was going on, but his second down plays were terrible. There's no other way to say it. 14 percentile in terms of his TD percentage. His first down conversion rate, he was 5 percentile. He was only better than 5% of wide receivers in getting first downs on second down situations. Then his 15-plus yard catches was 24 percentile, and 25-plus yard passes was 22 percentile, with a cumulative grade of 30 percentile. This is not where you want to be. Now, he makes up for some of these concerns with his third down production. His TD percentage was in the 35 percentile area, which is low, which makes sense because his aggregate data shows a low TD percentage. But when you look at his first down conversion rate in third down situations, he was in the 86th percentile. When you look at 15 plus yard catches, 86th percentile, and then 25 plus yard catches, 76th percentile, with a cumulative grade of 79 percentile. Third down seems to be the money down for Luther Burden III. First down is kind of meh, second down is kind of meh, but when it matters the most, he's able to move those chains. He's not great getting touchdowns, and that's going to be something that you might have to reconcile with yourselves a little bit, because most of the time, wide receivers who do not get a lot of touchdowns in college are typically not going to get a lot of touchdowns in the NFL. They're not going to be a crazy touchdown producer at the NFL level. However, this is what he looks like. There's a big positive. There's a bright line here. It says third down production, but the second down data is terrible. The first down data is questionable. And those are things you have to kind of think about a little bit. The offense, it could be that maybe they run the football a lot more on second down situations versus pass. So there's a lot of different things to kind of think about and unpack here. Great third down production, but everything else is a little questionable. Next up, we have a comparison for Luther Burden III. When I went back and looked at the data and really tried to pinpoint who he was similar to, the player who came up was Jackson Smith, JSN, from the Seattle Seahawks by way of Ohio State. Very similar data here. When you look at his receiving market share, 88 percentile for Burden and then 80 percentile for Jackson. His total offensive market share, 90 percentile for Burden, 89 percentile for Jackson. Market share touchdowns was 71 percentile for Burden and then 55 percentile for Jackson. TD percentage was 39 percentile for Burden, 43 percentile for Jackson, showing the issues in terms of touchdowns, which is kind of where they're similar. Yards per reception, MSA rating was pretty much identical, 97 percentile for Burden and then 96 percentile for Jackson. Pass score was 90, pass score was 92 for Jackson, and then EAV was 94 and 94. Virtually identical in terms of the EAV score, which is the expected approximate value score, which takes into account every single metric from their age to their athleticism. And once athleticism testing comes in, we'll have a better idea. Yeah. So overall, this is where things stack up for Luther Burden III. There's a lot of positives here, and I think whether you like it or not, I think he should be a first-round wide receiver or at least a day two wide receiver in terms of his data. Nothing about him really sticks out as elite. The biggest thing that really drops him down is his TD percentage. And then when you look at the advanced data, you can see some of the concerns in terms of his ability to generate touchdowns and also his ability to be consistent on every down and distance. Some of that has to do with the offense. However, that's the basics with him. Overall, let me know in the comment section below, what do you feel and how do you feel about Luther Burden III? Also, like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/jcoburn. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.